When Scrooge awoke, the church clock tolled a deep, dull, hollow, melancholy bong. One of the clock had arrived. It became silent, more silent than a graveyard. Then a light flashed up in the room upon the instant, and the curtains of his bed were drawn aside by a strange figure, like a child. Scrooge stuttered, nervously trying to ask this spectre who or what it is. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past? Scrooge inquired.
Your past.
Why are you here and what do you want? The ghost simply gestured with his hand, beckoning Scrooge to follow. I can't. I am liable to fall. All the weather. I am lightly clad in the lateness of the hour.
Touch my hand, and you shall not fall.
Scrooge grasped the ghost's hand, which was gentle like a woman's hand. And with that, Scrooge and the ghost were taken back in time to a familiar place, to Scrooge's childhood home.
Good heavens!
Scrooge said, clasping his hands as he looked about him.
I was bred in this place. I was a boy here. You recollect the way?
The spirit asked.
Remember it,
Scrooge said with fervor.
I could walk it blindfolded.
Scrooge and the ghost started walking towards the town. It was dressed up for Christmas. Scrooge saw his childhood friends and started to call out to them, but they did not respond, as if he wasn't even there.
These are but shadows of the past, images of what has been. While we are indeed here, they cannot see or hear us. They have no consciousness of us.
The two made their way through further into the town. They came upon a schoolhouse. Scrooge's eyes began to produce a few tears, and his heart was beating fast. What was this to Scrooge? What was a Merry Christmas indeed? What good had it ever done him?
The school is not quite so deserted. There sits a solitary child, neglected by his friends.
Scrooge gazed upon the boy, knowing he was looking upon himself. His eyes started to well with tears.
I wish,
Scrooge muttered, as he withdrew a handkerchief from his gown pocket and began to dry his eyes.
But it is too late now. What is the matter?
Nothing. There was a boy at my door yesterday singing a carol, and I should like to have given him something, that's all. The ghost smiled thoughtfully.
Let us see another Christmas.
They were then transported to the time when Scrooge was working. They had stopped at a certain warehouse.
Do you know this place?
Know it! I was an apprentice here. They went in at the sight of an old gentleman in a Welsh wig, sitting behind such a high desk that, if he had been a few inches taller, he would have knocked his head against the ceiling.
Why, it's old Fezziwig! Bless his heart, it's Fezziwig! Alive again!
A living and moving picture of Scrooge's former self. A young man came briskly in, accompanied by his fellow apprentice.
Yo-ho, Ebenezer, Dick! Yo-ho, me boys! No more work tonight. Christmas Eve, Dick. Christmas, Ebenezer. Let us have the shutters up before a man can say Jack Robertson. Clear away, me lads, and let's have lots of room here.
Clear away they did. They made all the room they could. It was done in a minute. The warehouse became as snug and as warm as any ballroom you could desire to have on a winter's night. In came a fiddler with his book of music. In came Mrs. Fezziwig and their 3 daughters. In came more people any which way they could. Yes, 20 couples soon filled the dance floor. As the music began to swell, Scrooge, at least his younger self, then came upon a young and beautiful woman. Her name was Belle, who instantly caught his eye. They danced the night away. Yes, it seemed to be an eternity. And then, at the stroke of 11, the party had ended. Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig then bid their guests a good night and a very Merry Christmas.
A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude. He has spent 3, maybe 4 pounds. Is that too much to deserve his praise? It isn't that, Spirit. He has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service a pleasure or a toil. Say that his power lies in words and looks, in things impossible to count up and add, and then what?
With this, the spirit had taken Scrooge to a later Christmas. Scrooge and Belle had been engaged by now, but Belle realized that she had taken second spot in Scrooge's heart behind a golden idol, an idol of money. She released Scrooge from their contract.
Why? Why do you show me this, Spirit? Why do you delight in torturing me? These are but images of what were. They are what they are. Do not blame me. Spirit, remove me from this place. Haunt me no longer.
Scrooge had been transported back to his room. As he struggled with the spirit, he was conscious of being exhausted, overcome by an irresistible drowsiness, and further, of being in his own bedroom. He barely had the time to reel in bed before he gently fell into a heavy sleep. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening to this. This really means a whole lot to me. I hope you enjoyed this chapter. I had to cut out a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, the major thing that I cut out was explaining all of the things between Belle and Scrooge as a younger man. I don't have anyone to play the part of Belle, so that was unfortunately something that I had to cut out. Anyway, I hope that you like it. I hope that you enjoy it. You can go ahead and comment on this video, like, share it, and I will be getting chapter 3 up tomorrow on Christmas Eve. That's probably going to be the last chapter that I will be able to get up before Christmas, and I will be spending time with my family, of course, on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. If you want to continue listening to this, just let me know, and I will put up chapter 3, 4, and 5 up after Christmas. So once again, everybody, thank you so much for listening to this. This really means a lot. I hope you enjoyed it, and Merry Christmas, and a very Happy New Year.